know exactly what you're going to say. You've practiced it in your head all morning. Then someone smiles at you and asks, "So, where are you from?" Suddenly, your mind goes completely blank. Your heart starts beating faster. You know the words, you know the grammar, but your mouth refuses to move. Instead of speaking naturally, you smile awkwardly and whisper, "Sorry, my English isn't very good."
And 5 minutes later, you're replaying that moment in your head. You're thinking, why didn't I just say it? I knew the answer.
If that scene feels painfully familiar, this episode is for you. But the reason this keeps happening is not what you think, and once you understand what's really going on, speaking English will start to feel completely different. Stay with us.
Welcome to English TalkHub. I'm Emma.
And I'm David. Today, we're going to show you why your fear of speaking English has almost nothing to do with English itself, and what you can do to finally speak with confidence.
By the end of this episode, you'll understand the real reason you freeze when speaking, and you'll learn practical techniques you can start using today.
This isn't about memorizing more vocabulary or studying longer. It's about removing the invisible barrier that's stopping you from using the English you already know.
And if these conversations are helping you become a more confident English speaker, please subscribe to English TalkHub. We share new speaking practice episodes every week.
In a few minutes, we're going to reveal one simple habit that quietly destroys confidence for millions of English learners. Most people don't even realize they're doing it. Let's imagine you're at a job interview. The interviewer smiles and asks, "Can you tell me a little about yourself?" You practiced this answer yesterday, maybe even 10 times. But suddenly, every sentence disappears. Your hands feel cold. Your mind races. You answer with just a few words.
Then the interview ends, and somehow every perfect sentence comes back to you on the way home.
The problem wasn't your English. The problem appeared only when another person was listening. Let me ask you something. Have you ever spoken English perfectly when you were alone?
Reading a book out loud?
Talking to yourself?
Singing along with a movie?
But the moment another person joins the conversation, everything changes.
Here's another situation. You're traveling. You walk into a coffee shop. The person behind the counter asks a simple question. "Would you like anything else today?" You understand every single word. But instead of answering naturally, you panic. You quietly say, "No, thank you." Then you leave, wondering why such an easy conversation felt so difficult.
That feeling stays with you for the rest of the day. You don't remember the coffee. You remember the embarrassment. Now, think about a video call. Maybe it's your first day working with an international team. Your microphone turns on. Someone says, "Would you like to introduce yourself?" Suddenly, you're worrying about your accent,
Your pronunciation.
your mistakes.
What everyone else might think.
And because your attention is focused on fear instead of communication, speaking becomes harder than it should be.
Have you noticed something? The conversation isn't difficult because the English is difficult. It's difficult because your brain is trying to protect you from being judged. I want to tell you about something that happened to me. A few years ago, I joined an online discussion with people from different countries. Before the meeting started, I felt completely prepared. I had ideas to share. I knew what I wanted to say. Then someone asked me a simple question. Instead of answering, I smiled, paused for several seconds, and said only one short sentence. When the meeting ended, I couldn't stop thinking about it. I kept telling myself, why didn't I explain my idea? It was so simple. Later, I realized something important. I wasn't struggling with English. I was struggling with the fear of making a mistake in front of other people.
And that's why so many English learners feel frustrated. They think they need more grammar,
More vocabulary.
more textbooks.
But often, what they really need is freedom from the fear of being judged.
So if grammar isn't the real problem, what is? The answer surprises almost everyone, and once you understand it, you'll never look at your speaking mistakes the same way again. So what's the real problem? It's not your grammar.
It's not your vocabulary.
And it's definitely not your intelligence. The real problem is this. You're trying to protect yourself from being judged. Think about this for a moment. When you speak your native language, do you carefully plan every single sentence before you say it?
Probably not.
You simply think and you speak.
But in English, something different happens. Before you speak, your brain asks a series of questions. Is this correct? What if I make a mistake? What if they laugh at me? What if they think my English is bad?
By the time you've answered all those questions, the conversation has already moved on. Imagine your brain is like a busy highway. Your ideas are ready to travel.
Your vocabulary is already there.
Your speaking ability is waiting. But fear places a huge roadblock in the middle.
Every worried thought slows everything down. That's why you sometimes know exactly what you want to say, but the words never leave your mouth.
There's another hidden habit that makes this even worse.
It's something millions of English learners do every day.
They build every sentence in their native language first,
Then translate it into English.
and finally check if it sounds correct.
That's a lot of work for your brain.
No wonder speaking feels exhausting. Here's a question. Have you ever noticed that you can understand English much faster than you can speak it?
That's because understanding happens naturally. But speaking becomes slow when fear and perfectionism interrupt the process.
Let me tell you something that might surprise you. Confident English speakers are not confident because they never make mistakes.
They're confident because they're not afraid of making them.
They keep talking,
They keep communicating.
and every conversation makes them a little stronger.
Confidence isn't something you wait for. It's something you build by speaking before you feel completely ready.
Now, let's change that fear with your first practical technique. We call it the 80% rule.
Why is it called the 80% rule?
Because your goal is not to say the perfect sentence. Your goal is to communicate your message when it's about 80% perfect.
In real conversations, communication matters more than perfection.
Here's exactly how to use it. Decide before every conversation that you are allowed to make small mistakes.
Give yourself permission to sound human.
Focus on your message instead of every individual word.
Ask yourself, can this person understand me? Not, is every word perfect?
Finish your sentence without stopping to correct yourself.
Keep the conversation moving.
Small mistakes rarely stop communication.
Stopping every few seconds usually does.
Let's practice together right now. Imagine someone asks you, "What do you enjoy doing on weekends?"
Many learners immediately think, should I say enjoy or like? Should I use usually? What if my pronunciation isn't perfect?
Stop. Use the 80% rule instead. Just answer naturally. I like reading books, going for walks, and watching movies with my friends.
That's enough. Clear, natural, easy to understand.
Notice what we didn't do. We didn't pause after every word.
We didn't apologize.
We didn't search for a perfect sentence.
We simply communicated.
Now it's your turn. Repeat after Emma.
I enjoy spending time with my family on weekends. Say it slowly. Now at a natural speed. I enjoy spending time with my family on weekends. Pause the episode and say it one more time in your own voice.
Excellent. Did you notice something? The moment you focused on sharing an idea instead of avoiding mistakes, speaking became easier.
The psychology behind this technique is simple. Every time you allow yourself to speak without chasing perfection, your brain learns an important lesson. I spoke. Nothing bad happened. I can do it again.
That's how real confidence grows. Not from waiting until you're perfect, but from proving to yourself, one conversation at a time, that being understood matters more than being flawless. The 80% rule is powerful, but the next technique changes what happens before you even open your mouth.
It's one of the fastest ways to quiet that inner voice that keeps saying, what if I make a mistake?
And once you start using it, you'll begin speaking with far less hesitation than you ever thought possible. Welcome back. If you've made it this far, you've already discovered that confidence doesn't begin with perfect English. It begins with changing how you think before you speak.
And now it's time for one of my favorite techniques because it's simple. It only takes 2 minutes and you can start today.
We call this the 2-minute mirror rule.
Why a mirror?
Because most learners never see themselves speaking English until they're in front of another person.
And that's exactly when they become nervous.
A mirror helps your brain get comfortable with being seen.
At first, it feels strange. Honestly, almost everyone feels a little awkward. But after a few days, that uncomfortable feeling starts to disappear.
Here's how to do it. Stand in front of a mirror.
Smile naturally. Take one slow breath.
Talk about your day for exactly 2 minutes.
Don't memorize anything. Don't read from a script. Just speak.
If you make a mistake,
Keep going.
don't stop.
Don't apologize.
Finish your thought first. Here's something surprising. Have you noticed that actors don't become confident by reading about acting?
They become confident by performing.
Speaking English works the same way.
Confidence grows while you're speaking, not before.
Let's practice together. Imagine you're looking into a mirror.
Repeat after me. Today was a busy day. Today was a busy day. Good. I finished my work and learned something new. I finished my work and learned something new.
Excellent. Notice that we're focusing on expressing ideas, not chasing perfection.
That's exactly what real conversations feel like.
Here's why this technique works psychologically. Every time you look at yourself while speaking English, your brain becomes more familiar with the experience.
Familiar situations feel safer. Safer situations create less fear.
Less fear makes speaking easier.
It's a simple habit with a powerful effect.
The mirror rule is excellent for building comfort. But what if your mind still goes blank during real conversations?
Then you need the next technique. It's the one David recommends most often.
This technique is called the 3-second response.
What's the idea behind it?
Most learners stay silent because they spend too much time searching for the perfect answer.
The longer you wait, the more anxious you become.
So we change the habit completely. Here's how it works. Listen carefully to the question.
Count silently. 1, 2, 3.
Start speaking immediately, even if your sentence isn't perfect.
Trust yourself.
Let's see the difference. Someone asks, "What kind of music do you like?"
Most learners think, how should I answer? Should I say enjoy or like? Is my pronunciation correct?
10 seconds pass. The conversation becomes uncomfortable. Now, watch what happens with the 3-second response.
1, 2, 3. I really enjoy listening to pop music because it helps me relax.
That's it. A simple answer.
Natural, clear, confident.
Let's practice together. I'll ask the question. What's your favorite season?
Count to 3. Now answer. Here's one example. My favorite season is spring because the weather is comfortable and the flowers are beautiful.
Perfect. The goal isn't to copy Emma's answer. The goal is to create your own answer without waiting for perfection.
Why does this technique work? Because action interrupts fear. Once you begin speaking, your attention moves towards communication and away from self-judgment.
You'll probably make a few mistakes. That's normal. Every confident English speaker has made thousands of mistakes.
The difference is that they didn't let those mistakes silence them. If these conversations are helping you speak with more confidence, subscribing to English TalkHub means you'll never miss next week's speaking practice session.
And if you've learned even one idea that's useful today, we'd love to have you join our growing community of English learners from around the world. We've talked about understanding fear. We've practiced 3 simple techniques.
But knowing something isn't enough. You have to use it.
So in the next section, we're going to practice together. You'll hear real English sentences.
First, slowly, then at natural speed, and finally, you'll repeat them yourself.
This is where everything starts coming together. You've learned why fear happens. You've discovered 3 practical techniques. Now it's time to do the most important part.
Speaking.
Don't just listen to these sentences. Repeat them out loud.
Don't worry if your pronunciation isn't perfect. Your goal is to communicate with confidence.
Let's begin.
Slow version. I don't need perfect English to have a good conversation. Natural speed. I don't need perfect English to have a good conversation.
Excellent. Focus on speaking smoothly instead of perfectly.
Slow version. Every conversation helps me become a more confident speaker. Natural speed. Every conversation helps me become a more confident speaker.
Great job. Keep your voice relaxed and natural. Did you notice something? You just spoke English without stopping to judge yourself. That's progress.
Slow version. Mistakes help me improve because they show me what to practice. Natural speed. Mistakes help me improve because they show me what to practice.
Well done. Every sentence you finish builds confidence.
Slow version. I choose to focus on communication instead of perfection. Natural speed. I choose to focus on communication instead of perfection.
Very nice. That sentence is worth remembering every day. Here's a challenge. This time, don't repeat Emma's sentence. Create your own.
Use the same idea. Use with your own words. Slow version. Today, I spoke English, and tomorrow, I'll speak even more confidently. Natural speed. Today, I spoke English, and tomorrow, I'll speak even more confidently.
That's the mindset that creates real progress.
Slow version. I am learning English one conversation at a time. Natural speed. I am learning English one conversation at a time. Wonderful. Take a second to appreciate what you've just done.
Think back to the beginning of this episode. Remember that moment when someone asked you a simple question and your mind went completely blank?
That moment doesn't have to define you anymore.
Because now you know something powerful. Your fear wasn't caused by a lack of English.
It was caused by the fear of being judged.
And fear can be reduced.
One conversation at a time.
Today we explored 3 simple techniques.
The 80% rule.
The 2-minute mirror rule.
And the 3-second response.
None of them require expensive courses.
None of them require perfect grammar.
They simply require one thing.
The courage to begin.
Here's your challenge for today. Set a timer for just 2 minutes. Stand in front of a mirror. Speak only in English.
Don't stop if you make a mistake. Don't apologize. Don't start over. Just keep talking until the timer ends.
It may feel uncomfortable the first time. That's okay. Sincerely, confidence grows every time you finish something that once felt uncomfortable.
Imagine yourself doing that every day for 1 week. How much easier would speaking feel?
Now imagine doing it for 1 month. Small daily actions create remarkable results.
In our next episode, we're going to talk about how to stop translating in your head and start thinking directly in English. That lesson connects perfectly with everything you've learned today, and it could make your conversations feel even more natural.
You won't want to miss it.
If today's episode helped you understand your fear a little bit better, share it with another English learner who needs to hear this message.
And if you're joining us for the first time, subscribe to English TalkHub and become a part of a community that's learning to speak English with confidence, one conversation at a time.
Remember, people rarely remember your small mistakes. They remember how you made them feel.
So don't wait for perfect English. Start speaking today.
We'll be right here to practice with you again next week.
Until then, keep speaking,
Keep growing.
and keep believing in yourself.